US President Donald Trump has issued a fresh warning over the Strait of Hormuz, threatening Oman with military action if Muscat interferes with Washington's position on the strategic waterway. While speaking to the international news agency, Donald Trump was asked about the ongoing talks between Iran and Oman over the safe movement of commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Donald Trump responded with a blunt warning, saying that if Oman gets in the way, we'll bomb the shit out of them. The remarks come as tensions between the United States and Iran remain extremely high and efforts to negotiate an end to the conflict appear to have stalled. A memorandum of understanding signed in June had established a 60-day framework for negotiations covering issues including Iran's nuclear program and US sanctions. The deadline has now approached, but Donald Trump has indicated that Washington does not intend to extend the temporary arrangement. Donald Trump also said that Iran should raise the white flag of surrender while insisting that he was not in a hurry. He claimed continued US military and economic pressure was putting increasing strain on Tehran. And at the center of the dispute is the Strait of Hormuz, that is one of the world's most important energy routes. Located between Iran and Oman, the narrow waterway handles a major share of global oil and liquefied natural gas shipments. And any prolonged disruption could therefore have a significant impact on global energy markets and the fuel prices. Iran and Oman have been negotiating a mechanism in order to ensure safe commercial navigation through the strait, and Tehran says that the arrangement should respect the sovereignty of the two coastal states while guaranteeing safe passage for commercial vessels. Iran has also accused the US and other actors of creating instability in the region. Iranian officials say that the talks with Oman are continuing and that a joint shipping route map has been developed following technical discussions. However, negotiations have become complicated because of disagreements over who should control and manage the waterway. Iran has argued that provisions of the June agreement give it a role in managing the strait, while the US has rejected that interpretation. Meanwhile, an Iranian official has warned that Tehran could adopt a more offensive military posture if diplomatic efforts fail. Iran has threatened to take action against the US naval blockade if negotiations collapse completely, and despite the escalating rhetoric, there are reportedly still back-channel diplomatic contacts between Washington and Tehran. Reports suggest that former US intelligence chief Tulsi Gabbard communicated through an Iraqi Kurdish intermediary with links to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and Donald Trump later confirmed that contacts had taken place, while Special Envoy Jared Kushner said communication with different parts of the Iranian government was more extensive than publicly known. The confrontation is already affecting global shipping and energy markets, and Brent crude prices surged during the conflict, reaching around $126 a barrel at their peak, while US fuel prices climbed above $4 per gallon in some areas. Commercial traffic through the Strait of Hormuz has also fallen sharply, and the preliminary shipping data showed only 6 commodity vessels crossing the waterway on the latest reported day, compared with a 10-day average of around 11 vessels. No very large crude carriers or LNG tankers were recorded among those crossings, and Oman's role makes Donald Trump's warning particularly significant because Muscat has long been a US security partner and has historically helped facilitate diplomatic communication between Washington and Tehran. But for now, Iran and Oman continue discussions over commercial navigation while Washington maintains pressure on Tehran. And with the June agreement effectively stalled, the risk of further escalation remains high, and major disruption to the Strait of Hormuz could affect oil supplies, shipping costs and fuel prices worldwide, making the latest US-Iran confrontation a crisis with consequences far beyond the region. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.